Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live session today on Facebook. We will publish it on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook afterwards. And today, my guest will be again one of our stays. We are doing weekly live videos like this, either on Instagram or on Facebook. So stay tuned. And today, my guest will be the owner of Fundalucia. It's a beautiful guest house in Spain, near Granada, in the mountains. And yeah, I'm very happy to have him here today. And we will not only be talking about his stay and what he has to offer and why it's a perfect stay for digital nomads, but also about the small village. It's called Quéntar. I don't know if I spell it right, but we will talk about whether small villages like this are well prepared for nomads. And yes, I'm very happy that he will be answering my questions today, and hope I get him into the live. So if you want to listen to this interview, you will hear a lot about the location near Granada, as I said, and then also about a beautiful guest house close to nature with beautiful view over the mountains. But yeah, stay tuned to find out more about this beautiful stay. I'm going to take a look if I can get him into our session at the moment. And yeah, so sometimes takes some time to get the connection, but he's on the way here. Just in the meantime, for everyone who's watching this interview for the first time, we are a booking platform. Oh, there he is. Hi.
Hi. We
How are
made
you
it.
doing?
I made good. Very good.
I was doing a short introduction of your stay, but maybe you can tell us a little bit more about also who you are and as well about your stay, of course.
Yes, sure. So I am Axel. I'm originally German, and I'm living here now for 35 years in this beautiful place. And we were not dedicated to hospitality business initially, but I was used to be a builder, and
Okay.
then we got into this kind of things through couch surfing, because
Ah,
we used to receive loads of couch surfers when this website started. In the beginning, it was a great website, and people actually came to meet each other. That what was
mm-hmm.
it was about. But then in some moment it became so massified that people just were looking for a free place to to crash, and it was not so much about meeting anymore. And
Yeah.
then we forgot about that option. But as we had liked the concept of hospitality,
Mm-hmm.
so we thought we get into that just to be able to meet people, and um, but in a more a commercial way, which was the only way to get into
Sure.
that. So we opened this guest house, which was, it used to be a backpackers guest house,
Mm-hmm. So it used to
but
be a backpacker's guest house before you started managing it, or at the
no,
beginning
no,
when you started?
no. I opened it to get. I'm not the owner of the place. The
Okay.
owner, he lives on the upper floor, like
Mm-hmm.
here in the house somewhere. And we opened this place together because he was one that brought us into the couch surfing, and then later he's the one that has the good ideas, and I'm just trying to help to make them reality.
Okay, so you're managing the place.
Uh, yes, I'm managing the place, and it used to be, as I said, like backpackers kind of
Mm,
accommodation. But there are two factors to backpackers. One factor is that they are very high-speed travelers, and
mhm.
it became something like very commercial, the whole thing. A lot of people
Sure.
just running around, and according to our understanding, after dealing with backpackers for some time in a quite useless way, many times, just they're running
Okay.
around for running around, not for actually
Mm,
making experiences or having questions that you want to answer. That was something that it was really like going very crazy, the backpackers thing. And then last year, by the the means of fate, the whole backpacker thing also disappeared because they
sure.
just didn't have any way to travel anymore.
Hmm.
And as it seemed that it was also the right moment for this kind of people
For a
to
new structure, new
disappear.
concept.
Yes, so it was calling for a new structure.
Cool.
And now we are actually aiming to attract longer term stay people, because I think it is really something that is more worth it for
Hmm.
us, also for the travelers, to stay in a place for a longer time, because the kind of experiences that you make in a month, for example, is different experiences than the kind of experiences that you make in 2 days. And if
Yeah,
you go hopping around, you only scratch the surface always. And
true.
I personally am more into going deeper into things.
Yeah, totally. So you meet the culture, you meet the people, and you're not only
Exactly.
a daily visitor and not really seeing anything of the surrounding. I
Mm,
totally
mm.
agree with you. So maybe describe a little where exactly your place is located.
Our place is located in a really good position, I think, because many people have the idea to go live in the middle of nowhere, somewhere away from it all. But this idea, it is also an illusion somehow, because
Hmm.
once you get into a farm kind of farm life, you find out that that is not what you expected. If you are a city person, like I personally grew up in a city, for example, and most of the people that are running around are people from cities. And
Hmm.
the idea that city people have about countryside life is normally wrong, because it is not just very cool and relaxed and chilled, but countryside life can be very tough, especially if
Okay.
you're dedicated to agriculture or farming or keeping animals. It is a lot of work, much more than you expect. And so, in that sense, our place is really good because we're very close to a city. We're only
Hmm.
13 kilometers away from Granada city center.
Oh,
So
wow.
it is really very easy to get there. But on the other hand, this remains a total village. It's actually inhabited by villagers only, and most of the people are actually elderly people, because the young people in these times tend to go away to cities. So it is a
To
very
see.
slow paced and peaceful life, and it is really away from it
Mm.
all, but still you are close to the possibility to go somewhere to cultural events, or to breathe some city air if you're uh, on a cold Turkish or city air.
Yeah, that sounds like a perfect mix. You know, you have this idyllic scenery where you can just be for yourself, but then you can also go
Yes,
to the city to get everything that you need or
exactly.
cool.
Mhm.
And so you did something else before, right? What's how was your journey to this point? What did you do for a living, and why did you then
For
well, I know why, because of the couch surfing that brought you there, right? But
Mhm.
like for your okay um your what do you do for a living? You know, like
I,
before
I
working for Fundalucia.
initially I started off being a potter. I
Okay.
learned pottery, so I used to be a potter, and then when I came to Spain, I started also studying pottery in an art school. I already knew that. I actually only studied pottery because I already knew it and I didn't want to study it, but I wanted the money from my parents. So I signed up for something that I already knew, and that didn't mean a big effort. Uh, so I studied that, and then I also worked as a potter here for 3 years, something like that. That was the start. But in those times already, the Chinese market started to invade the Western world, and pottery was heavily affected by that, which means that nobody would buy something handmade unless you are very much
Yeah.
into collectionism or arts or something like that. But if you can buy a plate for €1 in a Chinese shop, why would you buy a plate for €10? Although it's prettier, like
That's
nobody was
true.
doing that. So the it was not a good way to make a living, the pottery. And I then also started to have a family. We were going to have baby, and so I had to make a living somehow to feed
Hmm.
the baby. So I became a plumber, which is much better for making money. And
Okay.
I also enjoyed very much because I enjoy working with my hands. I'm not very much into studying.
Hmm.
So I became a plumber, and I used to be the village plumber here. We moved, then in that moment we moved to this village here, and it turned out that they were in dire need of a plumber, and I became a plumber because it was good for me, good for them, everything fine, and I didn't have to go far to work. So
Sounds
I
great.
used to be the village plumber for some 15 years, something like that, and that were really good. And then we got in general rebuilding old houses. So I did all kind of works, electricity and bricklaying and whatever.
So you're
And
perfect
we
to manage a guest house. You just can help right away if something happens. That's great.
yes. We do everything ourselves. We build everything here ourselves. So it's all controlled
Cool.
by our knowledge, practical knowledge, and the owner of the place, who is like the driving force. He has the really good ideas, and he takes care of that everything is really like nice, neat, and nicely finished. It is really a place that inspires tranquility, because also the construction is something that is very important to this, and the entire place is meant to be a kind of meditative place that allows you like to actually step away from the hassle of normal life.
Yeah, and that's what we need right now, right? To get
Yes,
away.
especially in these times, people appreciate very much. Even
True.
before, times already were very fast paced generally, and people are just like with these electronical means that we have now. Uh, we have so many possibilities. That is very nice to have many possibilities, but it also can drive you crazy if you don't have a very strict idea of what you want. And
Yeah.
that is what most of the people suffer from, that they are not able to make a decision and really decide, I want to do one thing. But they're just checking out a lot of things, and
Mhm.
in the end, it just drives you crazy and it doesn't take you anywhere.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
trying
there's
to,
also a lot more choices, right? So the
yes,
decision is harder to make because there's so like million choices for everything. So of
yes,
course it's
and the main problem of our times, as far as I understand, is not the lack of choices for sure, because there's excess of choice, but it is that we do not learn discernment.
Mm-hmm.
A discernment to find out what it is that we want to do in life. And there is another point, because that is very important. It is even not to find out what you want to do in life, but it is much more about finding out what is it that life wants from you. This is
Mm-hmm.
a crucial question that in our times we are always driven to develop a personality and all these
Mm-hmm.
kind of things, to make a career, to be someone in life and all this. So we have a different point of view regarding this, because we suppose that every one of us has come to this life with a certain reason or for a certain purpose, and it is very important to try to connect with this kind of purpose and find out about that. And that is the only way to obtain a certain degree of happiness, because all the career and knowledge and wealth and whatever that you might obtain, if it is against the purpose is yours in this life, you will not be in harmony
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Oh,
But
wow.
maybe that's go too deep for
That's a very deep talk,
and,
yeah, but I think some people out there might have to hear it, to just go on their path and go and follow
yes.
their feelings. So it's good.
Everybody should hear it, because the kind of teaching that we receive in our world and in our life, it sends us in the wrong direction, and many people suffer from that. Many people suffer from that, and okay, life probably is about that, about this challenge to find your way, but
Mm-hmm.
that's the start. That's the start where you have to start to try to find out what is your direction, not what is the coolest direction or the one that most people talk about. We used to call these people here the cool, awesome people,
The
because
cool
everybody
awesome.
calls the cool, awesome people, because that's what they use most. Oh, this is such a cool thing, and that's so awesome. And then everybody else is meant to go in that direction because you found it cool, that direction. But that's
Yeah.
not what it is about. It's not about finding the coolest or the most awesome thing. But the only thing that is interesting for you is to find your thing.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for digital nomads as well, because there's so many bloggers and influencers out there that are digital nomads, and they always try to go the cool, awesome way and
Yes.
not their niche or what they got inspired by the most, and don't take pictures or talk about or write about what they got inspired by most and what's for them the most interesting topic to talk about. They try to go where everyone goes. So sometimes it's also just go the other way, go where you want to go. What's your path?
Mm,
So it's
mm.
very interesting.
Yes,
And tell me
I
about
remember
what your
we
places
had
look.
once. Sorry,
No, go ahead. Tell the
tell me.
story.
Yeah, no, I remember one lady that came here, and she was also one of these people that had been to South America, running around from one place to another. And she told me one day she just got fed up with all this overload of impressions that she had, and then she bought
Hmm.
a map, a physical map, a paper map, and she said she was just like looking over the map and looking at names of places that just would draw her attention.
Aha.
And that she said she was going to to the craziest places that nobody had mentioned ever, but only because she had seen them on the map. What would draw her attention, that's where she would go. But it became, she said, like something much more meaningful to her, because it was actually something that had to do with her and not with the comments of other people. And the whole focus of her traveling from that moment changed. I like that approach very much, because I think it
Yeah,
is a more worthy thing to do than to look so much to the comments of other people that don't have anything to do with you. And
yeah,
the fact that 1 million people finds a place cool, awesome, doesn't mean that is any good for you.
true.
Maybe you
That
go there. When you come out from there, you're the same stupid as you were before.
and all of the places are also about experience. Like if a place is just beautiful and has beautiful places, beautiful locations, and just everything, the scenery, the nature, everything fits perfectly, but you get a bad experience, and
Mm.
that's something nobody knows before, you know? It's nobody
You
can tell
cannot.
you you will make a good
No, it's
experience
not.
there. That's
Oh,
just
right.
very individual. I like that. So tell us about your place.
Mm.
Um, what kind of rooms do you
Yeah.
have? What facilities do you have?
So we do have private rooms and dorm rooms, both. We have private rooms with an own bathroom and private rooms with a shared bathroom. And then
Mhm.
we also have like two little huts that are on the lower part of the ground. I mean, you can maybe see them here. It's such a strong sunlight that I don't see anything on the screen anymore. But down there,
Oh
maybe
wow.
you hear all the birds here. There's a
Yeah.
lot of birds. And down there somewhere,
Mhm.
there is, no, in these bushes down there are two huts.
Okay.
No, yeah, there, you see a little bit of roof there.
Yes,
Yes.
true.
So this is like independent little huts. That is also a private room. And so these are, anyway, we only have 6 rooms. It's not like a huge place. So it's a very familiar atmosphere. And right now, actually, the only guests that we have are two digital workers. They are not really digital nomads because they're Spanish. But as many people work online right now, one of them, he has always 1 week in the office and 1 week off. And the week
Ah,
off, he
okay.
comes to us, and the week
Oh,
in the
that's
office, he goes
cool.
to the office. So he comes from Madrid. He comes all the way for his week off because he appreciates to sit under a tree in his week off. And
I
the
can
other one,
totally
he,
understand that.
yeah, and the other one, he is an independent worker, like
Mhm.
a kind of uh, lawyer or something like that, and he has his business and he manages from here, and he just moved in, and now he will go to live to a little house that we have in the village also. So we also already have our first two
Cool.
digital nomads all day, although they are not from far away, but they're rather local.
Well, he's always switching from Madrid to here, so he's kind of a nomad, right? Okay, and what else do you have common areas? Like,
Yes, we have common areas. We have a living room in winter. There is a wood stove, so in winter it's cozy in there, and that wood stove, it also heats the entire house.
mhm.
And then we have a pool area. No, I mean here around here, here's like the front garden. You can see here is front garden. We have a table here. There you can see. This is like the lobby where you enter. This is the entrance
Uh-huh.
door here, and then there's the front garden, and there's some uh, rocking chairs there. Let's see if you can see something. I don't know if it's very shaky, the whole thing now, like this.
No, it's
And
okay.
then, yeah, you see something here, a lot of flowers everywhere. And then we have a
Yes.
pool area. Right now, the pool is not open. It will open in the beginning of June because
Mm.
normally at night it still gets chilly and the water is very cold. Look here, we have a digital. That's the digital nomad. See him here? Yeah, there he
Hello, hi there.
is. He's combing. He says he's bald.
Looks like a great place for working.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't look stressed. And then here is the pool area. Let's see if I don't see anything on the screen anymore. So
But we
this
can
is the
see it well. So there's
bird.
the chairs.
You see like a wooden thing there. There's the
Yeah.
pool. This will be full of water
Okay.
eventually. And right now we have this mulberry tree here. This mulberry tree, it's full of fruit, and these fruit are all falling. It's like raining mulberries. You can see on the ground. It's all full of mulberries here. And this is like the pool area there with
Oh,
the beach chairs there to lie.
it's so
And
green.
then yes, it is very green. Uh,
And I also uh, saw on your Facebook page that you like for all the different seasons, it looks so different. Like spring is all the flowers. it
Yes,
blooms everywhere, and then summer and
yes.
winter is also great. I saw all these different seasons and it looks amazing.
It is. I think actually Granada, I mean the province of Granada, it is amazing in this sense as well because you have all kind of climates here. In winter, it does actually. I mean, Sierra Nevada, Granada is the mountains are the Sierra Nevada mountains, right? And the
Yeah.
Sierra Nevada, it means the snowy mountain range. So that is what we have here. And in winter, there's skiing resort. It's 30 kilometers from here, so you have skiing right around the corner. And it does get cold. The cold season actually is longer than the
Mhm.
warm season. Uh, Normally, it's 6, 7 months, rather cold, and then there are the summer months when it's really hot. And the beach is like 80 kilometers from here, so it's
Wow.
also not really far away.
So
There
yeah.
are some months like April, May, when you can go in the morning, you can go skiing to the mountains, and in the afternoon you can go for a swim in the beach.
That sounds
At the beach.
perfect. Great.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of
Be
activities
cool.
you can do in the area.
Okay. Tell me.
There's a lot of activities you can do in the area, right? So,
Yes, it depends also on the season. Now the season starts when it's really hot. It starts to be hot. Still, the air temperatures are reasonable. Maybe we have 25 degrees or nice air temperature, but the sun is so intense that you before 7 p.m. It's useless to try to go for a walk or something like that because
hmm.
you get really scorched by the sun. So I go to take the dog for a walk many times here, and now I have to go like after 7. 7 it's daytime until 9:30, something like that. So there's still time to
So
walk
you're
around.
animal friendly stay as
Yes,
well?
yes, we have 4 cats, a dog, a turtle. The turtle, she's very friendly, but she's only active in the morning. Now she's also sleeping siesta.
Cool.
Actually, we had the interview at 4:30 because I also was in my siesta. So this is also for humans.
Ah, of
Siesta,
course, yeah, it's Spain. There's the siesta,
siesta is important.
of course. And how's the situation at the moment? Let's just really briefly talk about this COVID
Yeah.
pandemic. Damn.
Well,
So how's the situation? Is so you're open, you stay, people can come here,
yes,
they can
are open.
stay at your place.
Hmm. Yes, we are. We actually, besides the confinement that was last year around this time, from March to May, something like that, when we were forced to close, we have been open all the time. The thing was that people
Okay.
could not travel around, so actually nearly nobody came. But we have been open
Yeah.
all the time. As we also live here, it's not. I mean, to be open is just that that we are at home.
Sure.
So the doors are always open. People can come. Um, I can say that in English because normally Spanish people don't understand too much English, but we should wear these face masks by law. We
Hmm.
would be forced, even in the outside here, to wear face masks.
Okay.
Our place, we always talk to everyone that comes and tell them, like by law, we have to wear these masks. But I'm not very happy about the masks, so we tell everybody, would you be willing to not wear the mask? And everybody uses to be really happy about it to take that diaper off the face.
Yeah.
And but
I mean, your place is also still very isolated, right? You don't see
yeah,
so many people coming and going. People stay there and
yeah,
they it's like family kind of, right?
it is not so. It is very familiar atmosphere, and we try to really have everybody happy. If actually somebody comes and insists in wearing a face mask, we will also put on the face mask.
Sure.
But we hope that nobody like that comes.
Sure. Okay, and now I'd like to talk to you also about your area and a little more about how it's prepared for digital nomads. Like, how's the village called again? I'm not right sure if I spell it right. So
Quéntar.
can you say
Yeah.
Quéntar? Okay, so in
It's from
Quéntar, how?
it's bridge.
Sorry.
Alcantar. It means bridge. It's from Arabic. This
Ah,
used to be
okay.
a Muslim village in the Moorish times.
Mhm.
It was founded by the Moors. Alcantar
Yeah.
means bridge.
Oh, okay. So your village is rich, or is it just the
No,
origin of the word?
no, not rich. Bridge, bridge,
Oh, bridge. So you
bridge.
have bridges.
Yes, there are bridges over the river. Yes, there is a river, but that river it used to be bigger. But 4 kilometers further up in the mountain from here, there's a reservoir now that controls the flow of the river, and that's why it's not a real river anymore, just
Ah,
more
okay.
like a creek. Uh, but that is also a nice feature, this reservoir, because it's great for swimming in summer.
Cool. So, tell me, how would you say your village is prepared for digital nomads? Is there good Wi-Fi connection everywhere around?
Everywhere around in our place, there is good Wi-Fi connection. It works very well. It's this glass fiber fastest thing that they have
Okay.
invented for now, and it really works well. But this is in our place. In the
Hmm.
rest of the village, you have to depend on data if you
Yeah,
want
of course,
connect.
of course. So, but you have glass fiber that you can get for everywhere that you want to, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Cool.
Just
And
today, we have 2 little houses in the village as well, which we rent out long term. And just today, they put a new glass fiber in one of them, so it is something really fast and convenient. Yeah.
yeah, and that's very important. So I guess every guest asks for the Wi-Fi, right?
Yes, yes. And these two that are here, they are very happy about the connection. It works very well for them.
Yeah. And in your small village, is there any co-working space for digital
No,
nomads or any place where people
no.
can
In the
work
small
together?
village, I mean, maybe we could if actually digital nomads decide to come here, it would be an idea to open something like that here. But for now, in this village, you only can find olive farmers and goats and mules.
Would you
No,
say
nothing
that
else besides us. There is actually not even a touristic space available. There's
cool.
no tourist attraction or whatever. It's a real village.
So that's really not so um not so many tourists around. Like it's not really touched so much everything.
No,
That's great.
nothing at all. Nothing at all.
And
It
would you
is really to experience. That's why people many times when they came here were really happy to find us, because normally people travel from one city to another, and actually it doesn't matter very much whether you're in one city or another.
yeah.
Only the main attractions vary, like the palace or the church or the cathedral or whatever. But the cities are all the same. All of them have a McDonald's and a Starbucks, and it's not such a big difference. But
Yeah.
here, this is actually like lost in time.
Cool. And would you do you have experience that if a guest comes to your place and say that they're missing something, in particular for digital nomads, that they say, "Oh, in this village, I wish they would have a co-working space, or I wish there would be a McDonald's or something like that," or do they say it's perfect as it is, that is like this village, and there's nothing touched so far?
I mean, that is totally a personal way of each person how to
Sure.
approach that. I think that 90% of the people that come to us are delighted.
Yeah.
because it is different to what you normally find, and it is pleasant to be here. But always there are some people that are missing out something. ¿Le puedo presentar? Eso es la entrevista con esta página de los Nomads.
So there's someone
Okay,
of your team,
so
right?
yes, here's someone of the team. He is just passing by. The owner,
Okay,
Axel.
cool. Okay. What's his name?
Thomas.
Thomas. Okay. So how
But
many are working there with you, with you two?
it is three of us. It is Thomas, his wife, and me.
Cool, cool. So it's very familiar. That's cool. And
Yes, it is.
do you notice that digital nomads are coming more and more in lately?
No, not for now. For now, it is still very quiet because it's very recent that they're relaxing measures in all the countries, I think.
Yeah.
So for now, we are starting to get some reservations for summer from tourists, but it's very soon to
Yeah.
say anything about a
So it's
change
like
in direction.
a secret place still. So everyone should check it out before it's gone. I mean, there's limited. We have
Yeah,
6 rooms,
hope
you
it will
said.
not be gone, but yes, yes.
Okay, so do you have anything else to say to the digital nomad community?
I think basically we have covered all the needs that I'm concerned about and you are concerned about.
Yeah, I think
No,
so too.
no, I don't have any. Sorry?
I think you're a great place for digital nomads. I mean, you're in this idyllic place, and then close by you have a great city where they probably have the co-working spaces, but they can work just fine at your place as well, watching the mountains or just enjoying everything that's around and
Hmm.
or nothing that's around.
Hmm.
And
That's it.
I think digital nomads are exactly looking for places like that, more off the beaten track, something that's not inside the city, some where the tourists are not, like, the city is not crowded with tourists. The village is still this original village as it has been before. So
Hmm.
it's a great place. Thank you so much for
Yes.
being here.
One more thing I want to say:
Yeah.
the wife of the owner, Marina,
Hmm.
one of the three that work here, she also gives massage, and
Oh
a
wow.
very, very, very amazing massage.
Now you
That
got
is
me.
okay.
I
Yeah.
have to come now, yeah.
Yeah.
So great. So thanks very much for being here today with us, Axel, and it was a
Thank
pleasure
you.
meeting you.
Hmm.
And
Same here.
yeah, we keep in touch. Everyone who wants to book a place at your stay can go to nomadstays.co, to our booking platform, and book some nights there. And
Hmm.
also check out their Instagram, no, Facebook you have, right? Your Facebook page, Fundalucia is the name of the guest house.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
yeah, for everything else, we keep in touch and have a good day.
You too. Thank you very much for giving us the chance to expose ourselves.
Very happy. Bye bye.
Bye bye.